I'm Tino Klein, I'm 37 years old and I come from Germany. I started making movie stuff when I was about 14 years old, I think, and I started making like real Lego stop motion videos with my father. And then eventually I got into more the post-production side and ended up as a professional video editor. And only very recently, like 2.5 years ago, I started making 3D, but I've loved it ever since. I would have never imagined get into top 5 with the Lego render. I really love these challenges. This is the 5th time I'm entering. I don't know, I really love working with these templates. I don't know, they spark some kind of different creativity more than if you just look at a blank project and have to come up with something completely by yourself. I really like to work with these limitations. And also, I mean, I kind of specialized into Lego animations some time ago. And for me, I always try to think, how can I make this animation special by using Lego parts? Why not do it realistically? And yeah, for this challenge, I kind of put the challenge on myself to make this kind of chasm, vortex, hole thingy that sucks in the city brick by brick. And yeah, when I started, I had no idea how I would do that, so I had to figure this one out. And also, I knew it would be quite challenging to make a whole city or part of a whole city, but with buildings, with cars and people and all that stuff. Yeah, I like to challenge myself and see how I can achieve the goal I set in my head. When I start with a project like this, I usually figure it all mostly in my head and by just moving stuff around like basic shapes in Blender. I'm not a good drawer, so I don't make concept art, and with Lego you can't really have that much because when I make Lego animations, I think reference photos only can go so far because like real life stuff doesn't really match. So I usually just open my Blender file, open up the template file and move some stuff around until it fits. Let me see. So in the beginning it looked like this. I was just making very basic shapes. I had the general idea in my head of what I wanted to do, and then I do a very basic block out of the scene, block out of the animation. I do all of this in Blender, and when it's time to add in the Lego pieces, I'm using a site called Mechabricks. It's free. It's where you can build 3D models of Lego sets by yourself, or you can also find a lot of already pre-built assets. For example, this is a crane model. This is a really existing one, but I noticed that like the top here, it's only one stud wide, and you have these supporting beams and they would all get in the way for the character that's running. So I had to do quite some modifications to make it fit my scene. And I made it taller, so this part here I can just duplicate in Blender and make the crane as tall as I need it to be. And for the city, I made some assets. I also used some pre-built ones. This is a building that I made completely by myself, and I have this building generator setup that I came up with in Blender. So I just need to make like a ground floor, a middle floor, and a roof, and some extras I can put on the buildings. And then in Blender, I have this setup here, and I can make the building wider, taller, add some extras, add some billboards. I could turn on the lights, and of course I can change the seat and shuffle stuff around. So this really helps with building a big city quite fast. And that was good for me that I did that like 2 or 3 months before the challenge. I came up with this building generator setup. I made a tutorial for that on my YouTube channel as well, if you're interested. And I think for the whole animation, that took me about 90 to 100 hours, excluding render times, over the course of 1 month. So only like after hours, after I was finished with work. And on the weekend, except for the last week of the challenge, I took 1 week off from work just to concentrate on the animation. Yes, of course, I've heard of FoxRenderfarm. Haven't actually used it until this point in time. I don't know, my computer is still quite beefy, so for this project, it took me to export it in 4K, like 4 to 5 minutes per frame, and the animation was just 120 frames, so I could run it overnight, and that was good. But I'm on trying it out. I think it's a very great way to get out bigger stuff faster, and I could still work on my project, have a render going in the background. So this is perfect. And now with winning 5th place, I got some coins and I will definitely use them and try it out.